येनाक्षरसमाम्नायाम् अधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृष्णं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनीये नमः। वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाषाकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्राकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयम्. So all of you would have been hearing about the recent news on cracking 2500-year-old Sanskrit code. So a lot of my students, as I'm also an ardent student of Pannini, have asked me to clarify and tell what this is all about. So I have addressed this in three separate aspects. So let us look at what are the three aspects. So one is this news headline. The second aspect which I'm looking at in this video is, was this an unsolved mystery? And the third one is what this thesis is all about. So these three we need to understand very clearly. So let us look at the first part about the news headlines. You would have all seen Rishi Raj Popat, Indian PhD student at Cambridge, cracks 2500-year-old father of linguistics Pannini code. Then you also heard about Indian PhD student at Cambridge University solves 2500. So, and then in different news channels, you see all this, and there is a lot of curiosity involved. So I'm reminded of the old dictum of journalism, which talks about when a dog bites man, it is not news, but when man bites dog, it is news. So these headlines have been created to generate, and it has generated a lot of curiosity among the people to understand what it is. If you ask me personally, is this the headline, the right headline? The answer is no. There are some issues which I will discuss in the next aspect, but the headline was unwarranted, stating that this puzzle was not done, etc. At least the good part of this publicity is that at least people now know what Pannini is. At least earlier, I am as a Pannini enthusiast 20 years ago, when I started searching the internet for Pannini, all that I could see was Pannini is some Italian bread. So you have a bread roll made of Pannini. At least now with this news headline, even though it is a misinformed news headline, has grabbed the eyeballs, and now people know what Pannini is. The second part of this, the second good part of this is people like me are going back to the drawing board, reading and rereading what Pannini has said, and so we can also reinforce our thinking, as there is a saying, Kshanad urdvam anayyayikaha masad urdvam avayyakaranaha. So I have refurbished my memory as far as Pannini is concerned. That is a good part. If you ask me, is this the right headline or is this misinformation? The answer is this is misinformation. So let us go to the next subject. An unsolved mystery. The answer is strict no. So there is so many things which is told in the Pannini and the Bhashyakaras, which is called Paranityapadharanganam Uttarottaram Baliyaha. So this, whatever I said, is also mentioned in the same PhD work by Raj Popat, where he tells Pannini's claim that if one rule is Nitya and it is simultaneously applicable, counterpart is Anitya, or if one is Antaranga and other Bahiranga. So when there are a lot of conflicting rules, for a common man, if there is a conflicting rule, we have to apply that which is most suitable, is already told by the Panniniyas, the Vartikas, Patanjali's Mahabhashya, etc. So I am not going to this. So this is not an unsolved mystery. This was known to us. Also, as student of Pannini, one of the most important thing which we miss is that Pannini is not the creator of grammar. He has only retrofitted the rules, because grammar existed before Pannini, language existed before Pannini. All Pannini did was to codify the rules. That is the second aspect which we need to understand. So is this an unsolved mystery? The answer is no. Now let us go to the third part of it. It is not to demean this thesis. The thesis is a very good one, which is running into 259-page document. And if you look at the headlines of the thesis itself, it clearly tells you what it is. So the name of the thesis itself is In Pannini We Trust, Discovering the Algorithm. The word used is discovering the algorithm for rule conflict resolution in Ashtadhyayi. It was actually submitted on 15th July 2021. It was first published on 15th December 2022 online. And because of this online only, so many people came to know, even though it was more than 1 year, 3 months old. Now, what is the heading of this? Is algorithm. As all of us know, computer programming is all about algorithm. So the title of the document or the PhD thesis is very clear. He has only discovered the algorithm. So he tried to codify and align the conflicts of Vipradishede Param Karyam. The entire discussion here is on Vipradishede Param Karyam. So this is what he has given in his thesis, telling he has applied a specific methodology to identify and make it in a programmable or a codified language. Even though this thesis has been given and submitted, it has also been challenged by the Sanskrit scholars. From a Sanskrit perspective, I being a student of computer programming, etc., I also understand that these are certain things which is required from a computer perspective to computer to decode the language. So I will not tell that this is right or wrong. This is only one way of generating and developing an algorithm which a computer can understand, because a human brain works differently from a computer brain. So when you have got 2, 3, 4 conflicting rules, your brain works differently. But to make the computer work in the same logical order of the brain, this algorithm has been discussed. That's all about this. Tasmai Sri Panniniye Namaha.